Hey everybody, how you doing? I want to talk to you a little bit tonight about a case that I ran across recently. You may have heard of it. It's been all over the news and several videos have been made about it. It's about this dude right here, Jesse Mack Butler. Take a good look at that guy. Now he's smiling and looks like a sweet, innocent kid, right? Yeah, think again. He's the kind of guy you don't want your daughters to go out with, okay? Now let me tell you a little bit about Jesse Mack Butler. He lives in Stillwater, Oklahoma, okay? Stillwater is not a big town. It's a population of about 50,000, I think, something like that. Big college town. It's where Oklahoma State University is. Big college town. Well, he was arrested back in March after several months of sexually abusing and terrorizing two 16-year-old girls that he was dating at the time, okay? When he was arrested, he was facing 11 felonies. Now keep in mind these crimes happened over a period of several months. He was dating both of these girls at the time. Now here are the charges that he was charged with. 2 counts of first-degree attempted rape, 3 counts of rape by instrumentation, 1 count of forcible oral sodomy, 1 count of sexual battery, 1 count of domestic assault and battery, 2 counts of domestic assault and battery by strangulation, and 1 count of violation of a protective order, okay? Now, keep in mind these things happened over a period of months. Like I said, he was dating both of these girls, and you might ask, well, why did they keep going out with him? Well, he kept threatening to kill them if they didn't keep doing what he said, or if they talked to anybody. He threatened to kill them and their families, okay? So this is what was going on. Now, keep in mind, these are 16-year-old girls. Now, parents, if you got teenage girls, you definitely want to hear about this, especially if you're around Stillwater, Oklahoma. So this guy was arrested, and I have a video I want to show you of his arrest. Now, this is really interesting. Let me pull that up here just a moment. Okay, here's his arrest. Now, this is the most gentle, peaceful, friendly arrest I ever seen in my life. Wait a minute here.
We're obviously going to place you under arrest. There's a warrant for your arrest. We're going to take you to the jail. I told your mom that she can contact a bondsman, and you shouldn't be there very long, but there just is a process for paperwork and stuff. But right now you do have to come with us, and I do have to put you in handcuffs. So turn around for me. You out. Okay? Alright, stay smiling. Rick knows about this. Andy's on this. Dad's on his way. We're coming to get you, okay? Just stay strong, okay? Say your prayers. Okay, so he's going to go right to the city of Stillwater jail, and if you'll just contact her, then she does this all the time. She knows what to do. Yeah.
Okay. She knows Stillwater Police Department, not county.
Stillwater Police Department. Yeah. On Lewis. Yeah. And you say we are
Stillwater PD.
Stillwater PD.
That way they don't think you went like straight over before we got it.
Okay, there you go. Now, wasn't that sweet? That's got to be the sweetest, nicest, most gentle and non-threatening arrest I've ever seen in my life. Can you believe that? Now, after seeing that, is it going to surprise you if I tell you that he comes from a wealthy family? Okay. His dad at one time was, I think, the athletic director or something like that at Oklahoma State University. So anyway, yeah, comes from that kind of background, wealthy family, well, got connections, obviously. So this is the way he was treated. To keep in mind now, when these cops arrested this guy, they knew all these charges that I just read to you. I mean, they knew what kind of guy this is. But since he was from a wealthy family, they obviously had been told, treat this kid with kid gloves, okay? So he was arrested. Now, he was initially charged as an adult. And he was facing up to almost 80 years in prison. But here's what happened. The district attorney, I want to show you this lady, Laura Thomas. Now, if you live in Stillwater and you run across her, you might want to tell her how much you appreciate her. Yeah. She arranged a plea deal. She did a plea deal with this guy, with his defense attorney. And this judge, Susan Worthington, if you see her, be sure and tell her how much you appreciate her for putting this guy back out on the street. So they made a plea deal, okay? A plea deal. So this guy that did all these horrible things to these two teenage girls, when he was doing all these things, he was only 17, okay? He's 18 now, but he was only 17 then. So they allowed him to be treated as a juvenile, okay? And the deal was if he pleaded no contest. Now what that means when you plead no contest, that means you know there's enough evidence against you to convict you, but you don't want to be convicted and you don't want to admit guilt. So by pleading no contest, that avoids the trial, okay? So he was allowed to do that. He pleaded no contest, and here's what his sentence is, okay? Now you heard all these charges. Let me read them again now. 2 counts of first-degree attempted rape, 3 counts of rape by instrumentation, 1 count of forcible oral sodomy, 1 count of sexual battery, 1 count of domestic assault and battery, 2 counts of domestic assault and battery by strangulation, and 1 count of violation of a protective order, because one of these girls' parents had got out a protective order so he wouldn't have to go around her. Oh, and by the way, he strangled these ladies, okay? One of them almost died. They had to do emergency surgery on her neck, her throat, and the doctor said if he had strangled her for just 30 seconds longer, she would have died. And when he strangled her, okay, now get this. You're going to love this one. After he strangled her, he said, oh, wait a minute, I forgot to film it. Yeah. He said, I got to do it over because I forgot to film it. So he sets his video camera on his phone. He records it. Strangles her again. Yeah. Almost killed her. Now, this is not just hearsay. I mean, this video of him doing this, the police found it on his cell phone later, okay? So that's fact. So The judge obviously knows all this. The district attorney knows all of this. They give him a plea deal. His sentence is, are you ready for this? He has to undergo counseling until he turns 19. And he has to do 150 hours of community service. Yeah. 150 hours of community service and counseling. For all these things this guy did. Yeah. Now, I don't know what kind of community service he's going to be doing. Now, community service can mean a lot of things. It can be painting the wall at a community center. It can mean sometimes older teenagers get put in situations where they're counseling with younger kids, telling them to stay out of trouble. And I don't know what kind of community service this dude is going to be doing. I don't want him in my community. So here's the deal, folks. Now, you people that live in the Stillwater area, this guy is on the streets now. He's free. He's on the streets. And these young ladies that he tortured and almost killed and done all these things to, this is not a big town. It only has 50,000 people. From time to time, they're going to run into that dude. He's already said he's going to kill them. They're terrified. And if you're a parent who lives in that area and you've got teenage daughters, hey, you need to show them this picture. Make sure they know what this guy looks like. Jesse Mack, Butler. Show this to your daughters. Make sure they understand who he is and what he is. Because from what I hear, he's still out there asking girls out. Now there's a big uproar in Stillwater over this. People are protesting in the streets, literally. They're raising a lot of cane over this. I don't blame them. So this judge and this district attorney need to be disbarred at the very least. And it burns me up, and I'm not even a parent. So if you're a parent and you got teenage girls in the Stillwater area, make sure they know about this dude. He reminds me of Jeffrey Epstein, okay? And if you've been living under a rock and don't know who Jeffrey Epstein is, he's dead now, thank God. But he was a serial rapist. He raped and tortured young girls and women for decades and got away with it. And the reason he got away with it was because he was rich and he had rich friends. Two of his rich, powerful friends were Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. This is on the record, folks. This is not just me saying this. Jeffrey Epstein did these kind of things for decades. And this guy here, Jesse Mack Butler, he was only 17 when he did these. So he's free right now in the streets of Stillwater, Oklahoma. So parents, Jeffrey Epstein not only abused women, but he did this to small kids too, and sometimes boys. So it sounds like this guy is another Jeffrey Epstein in the making. So, he could do this to anybody. He's probably going to end up killing somebody. He almost killed one of them girls. Now we know of these two girls because they came forward, but I heard on a couple of videos that maybe there are other girls too that just were afraid to come forward. So, it burns me up, I'm generally a very compassionate, laid-back person, but this guy, I don't have any sympathy for him, So please, parents, if you're in that area, watch out for your kids. Make sure they know who this creep is. He's a monster. He's a monster. And You know, they say, the experts say that guys like this rarely stop what they're doing. You know, they don't change. They keep on doing it. And this guy, he's only 18 now. And he got away with this. And you see how he was treated by the cops. Now, if you've ever been arrested, I want to ask you, were you treated like that? You know, back in the day, in my younger days, I was arrested a few times for a few minor things, nothing like this. I mean, I'm talking minor. But I wasn't treated like that. So, yeah, can you imagine if he had been a poor person or a black person? Oh, my God, had to kill that sucker. But, you know, this is what happens if you're in Stillwater and you come from a prominent family. But you know, it's not just in Stillwater. These kind of things happen a lot. If you're rich in America, if you have powerful friends, this is the kind of justice you get. You know? So, I guess the moral of the story is, you know, remember this name, remember this face. Okay, Jesse Mack, Butler, Stillwater, Oklahoma. He's not done, y'all. He's not done. If you're in that area, watch your kids. Watch your kids. And, yeah, watch your kids. Have a great weekend.